but this don't happen to me every day. No, baby. So now we get lost and carried away. I wanna get lost and carried away with you, maybe all night. Oh, baby.
Hey YouTube, what going on? Welcome to Intel with Chantel. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer and or subscriber, welcome back. Today we're going to touch on a note that is slowly creeping up to be one of my favorite fragrance notes, or just a note that I have just been truly enjoying. So if you want to know what that note is, like me and my girlfriend say, when we really want to talk about something, let we get down in it. The note that I am starting to fall in love with, and I am so excited to start adding some more of this note to my collection, is none other than the note of cherry. Now, cherry is another fruit that I love. I love sweet cherries. I love tart cherries. I just love cherries. And I am beginning to notice that fragrances that have a cherry note in my collection, I am starting to pull for them a lot. So we're going to discuss a couple of them that I have in my collection today, and I would let you know if I think that it's worth you possibly picking it up and giving it a try. The first one on our list that we're going to dive into today is a designer fragrance, and that is Jimmy Choo Forever. First, let's talk about the packaging. This is basically like a gradient bottle. It starts like clear glass and then it goes down into, and it comes down into like a black color. The top round, just gold. It says Jimmy Choo right here. Right here is a little textured, and it has the JC with then Jimmy Choo right here, right? So the packaging is, it's cute. I didn't love the packaging, but I didn't hate it either. I thought, oh, it was different, but his other fragrance looks the same, but the bottle is kind of different compared to a normal perfume bottle, right? So that's why I said it's a little different. This fragrance is vanillic, it's sweet, it's amber, it's cherry, it's rose, it's fruity, it's aromatic, it's earthy. This fragrance is a lot of things. Let's start out with the spray. Now, I am not the biggest fan of how the spray, it's round, and to me it's just weird, right? I prefer the flat ones where you could get a good grip on the sprayer. When I first got it, this one and the other one, it was like, I thought that, do you have to pull this off? But actually it's right there, like it's there. So yeah, and it's not comfortable, right? It's not comfortable. It's like the bottle is weird. So packaging, see, it's hard to spray. Packaging, I like it because it's different, but as far as how it's made, I think they could have did a little bit better with that. But it has a nice atomizer, and we are here for the juice. That's what we're here for. So the juice, I like this fragrance. I truly enjoy this fragrance. Here we have top notes of bitter almond, rose, middle notes of cherry, vetiver, and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, tonka bean, oak moss, and amber. And at first smell, I get that almond and that rose. You could really smell that almond, and then as it blends down, I start to get that cherry in the middle note, and then I get that earthy vibe, and I think that is coming from that oak moss in the base, but I really get that earthy vibe. So for me, this fragrance takes me on a journey of almond, cherry, earthy. But even though that's the journey it takes me on, it stays for the entire fragrance. This one I think is a nice one. This one I would not say to me is a sexy fragrance. I don't think it's sexy. I think it's nice. I think this is one where if you have like a teenager in your home, they would enjoy this as well. You know, some fragrances, like I have a teenager, and some fragrances she'll be like, no, mommy, that smells like old people. Normally, that is more the mature fragrances that someone in her age bracket would not like to wear, right? That's my middle schooler. She would not like it. But this one, I think, is one that someone in middle school, someone in college, high school, they would like this fragrance. It's pretty, but it doesn't come off too mature. It doesn't come off childish either. So it's just right in the middle in a blend, right? A good blend. Now, as far as projection, this one is one that is not a skin scent. It's nowhere close to beast mode, right? But this one, I feel like this gives you a nice scent bubble, right? It's not going to project really far. I don't think they're going to smell you before you get there. I don't think they're going to smell you after you leave the room. No, they will smell you in their presence. So this one, I think it's good. Now, this one retails for $136. Is that bad? Yes and no. Because the fragrance has a good projection, sillage, longevity, it's moderate, right? So it's not bad. But I really think that some of these designer fragrances are getting really disrespectful on their prices. Now, because this is a 100 ml bottle, is it terrible for $136? No, not really. But will I repurchase this for $136? No. I feel like there's other cherry fragrances out there that I can purchase that I will enjoy a lot better than this, that could even be less pricey than this one. So I don't necessarily regret buying it. I wish I had bought a smaller bottle because it's not something that I pull for often, but it is a fragrance that I enjoy. I can say I like it. Was it a love at first sniff for me? No, it wasn't. But it's something that I can enjoy. It's something that I can mix with other stuff. And it's something, like I said, I feel that my girls could enjoy too. So even if I don't want to wear it anymore, it's something that I feel like I can pass down to them and they would also enjoy. So this one, you can give it a try. I would say, if you dive into it, try out the smaller bottle to see if you really like it, because I think for $136 you could find something else better in your collection that you really, really enjoy. But even with that, this is one I do enjoy. Yeah, and that is Jimmy Choo, I Want You Forever. This fragrance is one that is a dupe, but one of the closest dupes that I have encountered to a particular fragrance, and that is Amber Cherry by Dossier. Amber Cherry is a dupe for Tom Ford's infamous Lost Cherry. Yeah, when I smelled this fragrance, I was blown away, because this to me is 100% spot on dupe to Lost Cherry, but better. And why I say to me it's better, it's because it lasts longer on my skin. Tom Ford has some great fragrances, but I'm not gonna lie, he priced them too disrespectful, like ridiculously disrespectful. I have one Tom Ford fragrance in my collection, full bottle, and I think that's the only one that I'll ever have, because I think to pay close to $400 for a 50 ml and 6 and change for 100 ml is insane. Totally insane, disrespectful, out of order, especially when your fragrance does not last. And for that, this is why Amber Cherry by Dossier will always be the one I have in my collection. Tom Ford Lost Cherry and Dossier's Amber Cherry is spot on. And Dossier is only $49. 49 bucks. A 50 ml for Tom Ford, I think is like $3.95. and 100 ml is 6 and change? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This one you can tell is a favorite. Like the bottle is basically empty. I don't even know if I have enough to spray to do a test, right? This fragrance is by far my eldest favorite fragrance. This is her signature fragrance. This is all she wears. This one was actually hers that she left behind because I bought her 2 additional bottles, right? Because like I said, this is her signature fragrance. She has other fragrances, but she wears this every single day. Every day. Let's see if we have enough to even give it a test. Let's see. It barely have anything in there, but okay. This fragrance is so good. This fragrance on first spray, it's tart but sweet at the same time. Tart and sweet. Here we have top notes of cherry, almond, and cinnamon. Middle notes of clove, rose, jasmine, and plum. And base notes of Peru, balsam, tonka bean, and vanilla. Y'all, this fragrance is so spot on. It is so spot on. I had a sample of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. I don't have it anymore. I was not intrigued to buy another sample because this one is so spot on, and I for sure wasn't about to buy the original at that price point, especially when, to me, his longevity is just trash. There's no way around it, at least on my skin, right? Tom Ford does not last on my skin. So that's a fragrance that I know hands down I would never get in my collection because I'm not paying for it, right? Especially when I could do the Dossier Amber Cherry. Dossier has a lot of great fragrances that are dupes in their collection. What's strange is I've seen all of the other ones in Walmart. This one is never there. So I don't know if this is their bestseller, but this one you have to either like order it off of Amazon or on the actual Dossier site, which I order mine from, right? But this fragrance is so good. I can smell the cherry and the almond throughout this fragrance. I don't get the cinnamon. I really, really don't get the cinnamon. And I don't really get clove. I don't get the clove. I get something that's spicy, but it doesn't smell like clove, at least not to my nose. As far as in the base, I do get that tonka and I do get that vanilla, but the cherry to my nose and on my skin is definitely the leading fragrance. The leading fragrance note here for me. That is the star of the show to my nose. The cherry, the almond, and the vanilla. But the cherry is still outdoing everything. This is a fragrance also that will get you a lot of compliments. My daughter says she gets so many compliments on this fragrance when she's at school. People are like, what are you wearing? You smell so good. You always smell good. So this is one that I would say is definitely worth every bit of the $49. It's really, really worth it. For this one, this is not a beast mode fragrance, but it's not moderate. It's right in the middle, right? I feel like it's way more than a scent bubble. People will smell you come in and they will smell you when you leave, right? It's not going to be like super powering, but it's kind of like a lingering scent in the room, if that makes sense. But this is a really, really, really good one. And this is one that I would always have to keep repurchasing, even if not for myself, for my daughter, because this is her all-time favorite fragrance, to the point where she don't even really want to try anything else. Like I said, she has other stuff, but she wears this every single day. This is one I will definitely say, if you have not given this a try, please give them a try. If you wanted to try Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but you didn't want to spend that kind of money because you weren't sure if you're gonna like it, try this one. You cannot go wrong. If you don't like this, you will not like Lost Cherry. That is exactly how close it is. You will definitely not enjoy Lost Cherry if you don't enjoy this. So give this one a try. Once again, this is Dossier Amber Cherry. Last but not least, we have a fragrance that I have been hearing about for so long. And if I'm being 100% truthful, I never even had a desire to try it. And this is a clear example of why they say never judge a book by its cover. I did not want to try this fragrance because, look, I'm a beast mode kind of girl. I don't really like skin scents unless I'm going to bed. Yes, I wear scent fragrances to bed. If I am not wearing a fragrance to bed, I want it to punch me, you, and everybody else in the face. I don't like skin scents fragrances. I like fragrance that's strong. I like fragrance that projects. Not strong as in disrespectful to other people in the room, but strong that when I enter the room, you're going to smell me. And because this brand is clean, vegan, I assumed, like I said, when you don't assume, I assumed that this fragrance, I ain't gonna have no lasting power. It ain't gonna really be all of that. I hear people say great things about it, but they just hyping it up like it can't be that serious. To the point where I never even tried it. Went in stores where they sold it, and I was just never interested. And that, look, I could kick myself for not having this fragrance in my collection a lot sooner. And the fragrance that I am talking about is Cherry Ambition by 7 Virtues. This fragrance is so good. Like, so good. The packaging, I like it even though there's nothing really to it, right? And all of their bottles seem to have like the same packaging. The only difference is the front. You have a black cap, glass bottle, see-through, and then they have whatever, whether it's a vanilla, a cherry, whatever the sticker is inside, right? So the packaging is not stellar. It's simplistic, but I like it because to me it goes along with the brand. It's clean, you know, like they say, clean, vegan. It's just clean, sleek, not doing too much. Just this is what it is. You get what you get. It is what it is, right? So even though the packages is not as fancy dancy as some other things that I have in my collection, I really appreciate the packaging, right? I like what it stands for. Yeah, this fragrance is sweet, cherry, ambery, it's woody, it's soft, it's vanillic. This fragrance is just, oh my goodness. Let's spray it. Let's spray it. And then the atomizer is just that nice mist that I love. Jesus Christ. Y'all, I cannot believe that I did not have this fragrance before. This is actually my fragrance of the day. Here we have top notes of cherry, pink pepper, marshmallow, mandarin. You have middle notes of saffron, cherry blossom, orris, osmanthus, and base notes of vanilla, frankincense, amber, guaiac wood, and moss. This is so good. I went into Sephora and I was walking around, and like I said, I've seen this fragrance so many times, but I've just never been interested in even trying it. And for some reason, I was like, let me smell this. And I smelled it and I was like, oh, that's nice. I sprayed it on me. And you know, for the people who know, right? When we go into Sephora, we're there for a long time, right? If we're not on a time crunch somewhere, it's not no in and out, right? We gonna walk around, we gonna pick up stuff that we ain't got no business picking up. We can pick up stuff that we don't need. So yes, it was one of those days. And I sprayed this on and I walked off and I walked over to another section of the store, not the fragrance section. And I moved to pick up something, and this lady was like, "What do you have on?" I was like, "You can smell it?" She said, did you spray that in here?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I don't know what that is, but you need to buy it." Say less. Because I was already struggling not to go to the counter. But after she gave me that compliment, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. This fragrance is so good. It's so good. It's just so good. You could smell the cherry. You could smell the pink pepper. But I've had pink pepper in fragrances where it makes me feel like I want to sneeze. Not this. It's like it gives you a little spicy, but not overpowering. And I don't know if it's that cherry, that saffron, that vanilla, and that amber. But this is so good. And it smells dark. For some reason, it gives me a dark, sexy vibe. This fragrance is dark and sexy and still pretty all at the same time. I don't know if this is the only size that they make, but if they make a bigger size than this, when this is done, I'm definitely getting the bigger bottle. Like I said, I don't even know if they do, because this one is newer to my collection, because I just didn't want to try it for whatever reason. Of it being vegan, me feeling like it's not going to last, it's not going to project, it's not going to have any type of power to it. And I was wrong. This gave me a good 6 to 7 hours. 6 to 7 hours. Now, is it the most beast mode fragrance I have in my collection? Absolutely not. No, it's not. But is it a skin scent? No, it's not a skin scent. It's not super beast mode, but it's one that they will smell you come in. They will smell you when you're there. They will smell you when you leave. And I'm an oversprayer, right? I spray heavy. So I don't know if that have anything to do with it. But this one, this is so good. And the price point is right. Less than $100. Less than $100. This was 88 bucks. Let me tell you. Between this designer for $136 and this for $88, I would buy 2 of these and do without this. That is how much I really, really enjoy this fragrance. I am definitely, like, this has piqued my interest so much now to check out to see what other fragrances they have in their collection. I heard that the vanilla one is bomb too. Vanilla is my favorite note, but like I said, because of what I assume, I never even gave the vanilla a try or wanted to. But this has piqued my interest so much that I think I might even just dive in and grab me the discovery set so that I could just try out the different ones to see which one I really want to add to my collection. But this one, this is a staple. This is one that ain't going nowhere. I will always, always have this in my collection. So please, if you were like me, didn't want to give this a try because you thought, oh, it's a vegan brand, it's a clean brand, it ain't gonna last, whatever. No, do yourself a favor and try this out. I do not think that you will regret it, especially if you like saffron, especially if you like cherry. Something about saffron to me just makes fragrances sexy. I'm like, saffron and sexy just go together, and here is proven again. This is so good, so good. So if you haven't give this a try, give this a try. For me, I would say this is a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. This is one that I could see me reaching for a lot and always wanting to wear. So yeah, that's Cherry Ambition by 7 Virtues. Woo! Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. Life is a journey. Some days are better than some. Let's take the time to appreciate the things that we have while striving to acquire the things that we desire. Stay blessed, stay highly favored, and I'll catch you in our next video. Hey, remember, leave me a comment down below. Like, share, look to the right, click that little red subscribe button, show me some love, and I'll see you on our next video. Bye.
But this don't happen to me every day. No, baby.